Well, we've had a couple requests asking what products we use when we go hiking, and we wanted to show you what those were in this video.
When we lived and worked in Montana for 5 months, we actually started backcountry hiking for the first time in our lives. So the items that we purchased are things that we felt we needed, things that when we were on the trails, we thought, oh, we wish we would have this, or we wish we would have that. We literally started out with a Costco backpack that we got for free at Costco. And I mean, we didn't have anything when we first started.
No, we started adding little pieces here and there as we went when we discovered we needed them.
But I think the more we get into the longer hikes, like the 10-mile type hikes, we were like, okay, we actually need to have some stuff with us just to be safe. We also love watching survival shows, that kind of thing, and so that's shown us that you really do need to be prepared for any situation. So that also explains a lot of what we keep in our pack.
When we were purchasing these products, we didn't care if they were name brand or not. We just looked for products that were going to work for us and products that were of good quality. We both carry a 48-ounce water bottle from REI. We can't emphasize enough how important water is when you're on the trail. We also carry a water filter, Sawyer water filter. We actually used it one time when we were hiking in the Tetons, scooped some water out of a stream. It was really nice to have that. We chose to get trekking poles from Costco, just $39 trekking poles, and they work just fine. We both have a pair we take with us.
The trekking poles, that was something that when we first got there, I think neither one of us felt the need for them or really understood what they were for.
Yeah.
And the more we learned, well, actually the more we hiked and the more my knee hurt. Going uphill was actually totally fine. When we would go downhill, I would be in so much pain in my knee, and somebody mentioned to us, like an avid hiker told us, you should try trekking poles. So we did.
So I discovered when I was doing some really long mountain type hikes that these were so helpful. So after two or 3 months, after 2-3 months of not having my own pair, I decided they are so worth it, and I'm so glad I got a pair. So we both carry trekking poles, and we also carry bear spray. We both have a can. When you're hiking in bear country, you have to have bear spray. It's too risky to not take it with you.
We ran into so many people on trails that did not have bear spray with them, and it just blew our minds, especially when people were coming toward us saying they had just seen a bear, and we looked or asked them and they didn't have it with them.
Yeah, and some of them had little kids. It's just very dangerous to not have it with you. Now, since we're into survival type stuff, we also packed some first aid and survival items like this reflective tent, just in the event you get into an emergency situation. It's very lightweight, doesn't take up a lot of room in the pack, so it was easy to take. Fire starting kit, just in case you need it. If you happen to be out overnight and you don't mean to, you got a way to at least make a fire and stay warm. A friend of mine actually sent me an emergency sleeping bag, so we throw that in the pack with us. We both carry bug nets, just in case the bugs are really bad and they're driving you crazy on the trail. I mean, this weighs nothing and it throws down in the pack really easy.
We also carry a really well-stocked first aid kit. We spent a little more on this than what I wanted to spend, I think, but having everything in here, you are better off to have more than you think you're ever going to need when it comes to first aid. You can't go wrong with having more.
Headlamps, we both have our own headlamps in the event we need to after dark.
As crazy as this sounds, this was a really good lesson learned for us. We actually would go out on a beautiful blue sky day for hikes in Yellowstone and not remember to take our jackets. And there were so many times where we would end up at elevations that we were chilly or it would start raining or whatever, and we finally learned our lesson and packed these. But these are just REI I think they're just rain and wind proof jackets, and $90 and well worth it.
Those are so warm. It's amazing, as thin as they are, how warm they are. And it's just because it takes the wind off of you. And when you remove the wind from the equation, you warm up so fast. Now these are my favorite tools. We have a little portable shovel, tissue on the go, and some wet wipes that we just throw into a Ziploc bag. These are a must.
I don't have experience with it yet.
Yeah. So make sure you carry these with you. You never know when you're on the trail when you got to go. One of the other things we take with us is moleskin. It comes with a variety pack, all different shapes. You never know when you're going to get a blister, and you can't go wrong. If you start feeling a burning spot, you put on the moleskin, and it really does work really well.
Another item we had to learn the hard way was snacks, which is crazy as that sounds. We never had enough snacks with us. I think too, part of it is when you're in a national park, especially Yellowstone, you're so far in the park, an hour or two sometimes drive in, and then you're hiking and then driving an hour or two out.
Right.
So having enough food with you at all times is super important. So we love these chops. They're clean beef sticks, and they're just really good. And then Clif bars for energy. So, but again, whatever you want for snacks, whatever works for you, just take more than you think you're going to need.
Now we already mentioned the free Costco backpack that Laurie wears. We picked up another backpack. This is the one that we load down with all the gear that I use. We'll link all this in the description too, so you can see all the equipment that we take with us. But this pack is a little bit bigger, but we also want to do some overnight tent camping in the future. So we got a little bit bigger pack than we needed for just day hikes, but then we'll be able to pack sleeping bags, tents, that type of stuff in here as well. But the packs work really well. This one does come with a rain cover as well.
And we just got that on Amazon. Again, not a name brand or anything, but it's worked really, really well for us.
Well, that's going to do it for all of our hiking gear. If you found this helpful at all, we would appreciate it if you could give us a thumbs up. Hit that bell notification for more videos like this, and if you're not subscribed to us, we would appreciate that as well.
Now get out there and wander!